so glad you are here. Welcome back to the Elegance Bootcamp. We are up to day 13. We are so glad you all are joining us on this journey. I am Maggie. You may know me as Maggie, the substitute teacher from my cooking channel. I'm all about food and femininity. I love helping feminine women attract and keep the masculine man of their dreams. Lucy and I are the founders of the Finishing School for the Modern Woman, which is a privately taught 8-week Saturday school. Registration is open. We start again in January. We just wrapped up. It is wonderful. At least that's what our students say. So if you're interested in elegance, femininity, etiquette, we would love to teach you. But we also love to give back, and that's what we're doing here. We are taking you all through a journey of things that you should start doing on your way to being more elegant. Lucy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, and I am Lucy, also known as Lucasely20, and I have a small channel which mainly focuses on teaching Spanish, basic to maybe midpoint, not too advanced. And sometimes I put in some topics about femininity, elegant society, and things that I think would be something food for thought to discuss or to ponder or to think about.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing here. We love giving you ladies something to think about and consider and make you aware of, because we are aware not everyone had this teaching growing up. And I firmly believe you have never arrived on your elegance journey. We can always get better. So, as you all are coming in, hello, I see some of our students here. I always like to bring you guys up to speed on what we've done in case we have some people who are joining us for the first time. So we started this journey talking about the outside in. All right. So, ladies, make sure on your way to becoming more elegant, you are clear on what your signature style is when you step out of the house. My stylist said someone is always seeing you for the first time. So, make sure you put thought into what you're wearing. Make sure your closet, or as Vivienne calls it, the wardrobe, is organized and your clothes are in good condition so they fit you and represent you well. Make sure your shoes and accessories complement your outfit and add to your personality. Make sure your makeup and your hairstyles are elegant and also simple enough for you to recreate every day. Consistency is important for an elegant woman. You want to make sure you're always well groomed, looking neat and smelling nice. Do not skip this day at all. Make sure you're working on your posture. We talked about sitting and standing and having that confidence that comes through without saying a word. Then we moved into that conversation part of etiquette. This one I love, making sure that the words that we speak represent our elegant brand. Ladies, make sure you're always listening to understand, not just to respond. And if you can't give your full attention, we talked about ways to communicate that. Make sure you take time to think before you speak. Don't just blurt it out. Don't just blab it out. Make sure that you know how your words are going to land on the other person. Work on speaking articulately. It's important that our communication reflects the elegant woman that we want to be. So make sure you're working on your personal development, whether it's reading a book or Toastmasters or podcasts or whatever. Make sure you're listening to things that make you better, not just make you entertained. We also talked about discretion, ladies. Even though we can speak well, not everything should be shared. So remember, not everything is for public consumption. An elegant woman is discreet. There's a little bit of mystery to her. All right. Remember that. Also, remember your body language speaks volumes. Make sure that you're not fidgety. Make sure you're not shifty. There's so much human psychology that has evolved to study how we behave. So just be aware of how you move. And then yesterday we talked about being smart and versatile, which just means you can be confident in mixed company, at a dinner party, at a social gathering, at a business networking. Make sure you're up to date on some topics so that you know more than just pop culture. All right. I wish I had a drum roll. If you know anything about me, you know I am beyond thrilled to move into the next section, ladies. We are going to be talking about dining etiquette. And today, the all important table manners. I'm telling you, if there's one thing we have learned from being kids, it's about those table manners. So we're going to take a refresher here. And all of this is coming from Vivienne's book, The Ultimate Elegance Guide. The link is in the description. Vivienne is from Woman of Elegance. That is the platform she founded. She is also a content creator that has a book. She has allowed us to teach one subject per day from her book. So I'm going to share it with you all. The link is in the description. You can get your own copy at 20% off with the discount code Elegance20. I was talking to someone today in a one-on-one consult and she bought the book. Highly recommend. It's a digital download. So if you do these things every day within 30 days, you will be well on your way to being more elegant. So, Lucy, before we get started, would you like to say anything?
I'm excited about this new segment, but I wanted to say something. That jacket you have with the name Maggie, what is it? Is that of your merch or what is it? I'm just curious.
Oh my goodness, y'all! This is a like a pullover sweater. The what is the brand? Marley Lily. I'll find the link and put it in the chat. It is a clothing company. None of this is sponsored. They make all kind of clothes. Ladies, remember our skin, so I'm just moisturizing. They make all kinds of clothes and they embroider for free. So whether it's ponchos or jackets or bags, not even just clothes, all
Nice.
kind of items. So you can either get your initials or you can get your name. So it's Marley, Marley Lily, all one word. And it's a little cool now that the weather is changing. So I have this, it's like, I don't know if you can tell, it's fleece on the
Please.
inside. So I just put this on over top. I used to cook in these. I got a couple colors, but yeah, this is the fleece pullover like sweatshirt, but I love it because ladies, it's cut for a lady's body, so it's more flattering than the boxy men's cut. Remember that when you're dressing, even if you're wearing a t-shirt, I try to get a v-neck with a little bit of a lady's cut so it doesn't look like, y'all know, y'all know what a t-shirt looks like on us. All right, I'll find the link and drop it for you. Okay, so everybody's doing well. Thank you for the compliments. Let us begin on the dining. Bon appetit. I am so excited. What does Vivienne say? Oh, before I forget, so the book is available for you all at 20% off. But you know, we have very generous sponsors in our community. Brandon Eljet has made this book available for all of our students. So if you're interested in the finishing school, we start again in January. Registration is open. You can go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com to learn all about it. Link is also in the description. And Brandon has generously made this book available for all of our students. Tara's familiar here. And they even have, for those of y'all with daughters, they have like mommy and me. So they have like dresses and then the mini dresses for the little girls. Lucy and I don't have daughters. So I just, I kind of dress for comfort, but I'll find the link for you all. So thank you, Brandon. Okay, ladies, let's get into it. Know your table manners. Keep your handbags, phone, or other personal belongings off the table. Don't prop your elbows on the table. I'm going to stop right there. This is a whole mouthful. Yes, pun intended. We talked about this at length in the finishing school. We had a whole session on dining etiquette. At the end of the day, ladies, when you are dining, the table is for food only or items related to the food. Your glasses, your servingware, your napkin, when it's clean, all of that. You don't come in and sit down and put that big bag on the table, take your sunglasses off and put them on the table, your phone on the table. Oh, it's not elegant and it's actually not hygienic either. So just here's what you can do. Case for the glasses, put them in the case, put them in your bag. Phone in the bag. You really shouldn't even have your phone on and with you. It's distracting because, like we said in the finishing school, when you dine with others, it's never about the food. It's about the connection that you make over the food. So if you do need to take an emergency call, proper etiquette is to step away from the table, handle your business, and come back. So your bag can either go behind you in the small of your back because you're not sitting at the back of the chair. Remember, we talked about that with the posture. Or there are places that have little hooks and whatnot. But ladies, only food related items on the table. Lucy, what would you say to that one?
I agree. And they sell these little hooks that you can put on the table to hang your own purse. And that reminds me to keep our purses wearable, not to stuff them, because then those hooks are going to be hanging on to dear life. But yeah, nothing on the table, just because, again, it's about the people that are around you. It's about consideration to others. It's not about you, it's about everybody else around the table.
Here I come. I was looking for Marley Lily. But yes, that's true. Ladies, at the end of the day, whether it's dining, whether it is networking, whether it is at a family gathering, having proper etiquette and being elegant is about making others feel more comfortable. So when all else fails, you really want to make sure that you're not doing anything that make people stop what they're doing and have to focus on you. And I like that. I used to be one of those, y'all know I work in tech. I used to be one of those that carried the big bag that was like a tote bag that you could fit a laptop in. Thank goodness I work from home now, but you don't need the whole kit and caboodle. And if you're going to be meeting at a restaurant or something like that, maybe leave the big bag in the car and have just a small something for a few, essentials with you. All right. So, yes, none of that. The only time it's acceptable per etiquette to have elbows on the table is when dinner service is done, and let's say you're having a conversation and you're leaning in once the food items have been cleared and you're talking at the end of the meal, maybe with just a coffee or something. But once food is present and people are present and the wait staff is coming and going, no elbows on the table. So practice that and make sure you know how to conduct yourself, because ladies, I come from the era where before you were granted a job, they would take you out for a meal, just a little casual meal, a little celebration, job offer meal. But they were watching to study, and they would intentionally ask you questions right when you put food in your mouth to see how you would conduct yourself. So, again, ladies, men are always watching, the world is watching. Someone made a comment on the page yesterday. Are y'all going to talk about dining? So, I hope you're here. What else does Vivienne say? Pass food from right to left. Don't lean over to collect items. Ask the person nearest the item to pass it down to you. This is perfect timing, ladies. We're coming up on the holidays, all right? So let's unpack that a little bit. Excuse me, we'll take the easy one first. If you want something across the table, let's say it's the salt and pepper or the hot sauce or the gravy or whatever it is, do not reach over people. Do not stand over the table. No. Wait a minute and ask politely whoever is closest to it to pass it to you. All right. That's the proper etiquette. Also, the dinner service, what she says here about passing the food from right to left is because the flow, I'm trying to remember this. It's been a while. The flow of the dining service, I'm thinking, Thanksgiving is coming up and all the different gatherings that we celebrate. But you want to kind of keep the food moving in the same flow so that you don't, hit somebody or knock somebody over. Also, when you're in a restaurant, waiters have been trained, I believe it's to serve from the right and collect from the left so that it's the same flow of the food. If you notice that, ladies, next time you go to, a mid to upscale restaurant, they are watching, and when they're ready to serve you, they always come in from one side and exit from the other side, just so it doesn't get clunky at the table. So little things that show that you're a little bit more refined. What would you say, Lucy?
Yes, and I recommend to even practice those details while you're having your family gathering. I know that in a family gathering, good job, ladies. Where can I get one of those Maggie jackets? Mr. Option One, I love him. So in those family gatherings, even though it's just unofficial, it's just family, getting yourself to getting used to the flow from right to left and not standing up across the table to reach out for things, I think it becomes a matter of practice. So if you want to practice it somewhere that's more familiar to you, practice it at the Thanksgiving table. Make sure that you pass the stuff from right to left. Do not stand to reach across. Make sure that your elbows are not on the table. Those little details, and see what happens.
I absolutely love this. We're going to take a moment to respond to our comments. We have a huge sponsor in the chat, and I'll tell you all who Mr. Option One is and what he's done for the finishing school. He doesn't come here often, but I definitely want to shout him out. But ladies, Tara has shared, one of our students. This is wonderful, like Lucy said, to practice during this time for holidays, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Easter, whatever gathering, or even Sunday dinner. And you can teach your children. I know Tara shared that she practiced some of the napkin etiquette that we shared with her with her daughter. With her daughter, a lot of times you just haven't heard this before. And ladies, I eat this stuff up. I've taken classes in social etiquette, business etiquette, international etiquette, wedding etiquette, and conversation etiquette. So I love it. But even if you just know some of the basic things that can kind of set you apart, it's great to practice at home so you're not out of sorts. All right. So I dropped the link for the sweatshirt in the chat. So you all have the pullover monogram sweatshirt there. You can see, and this is not sponsored, it's just what I'm wearing today. You can have your initials. And when you go to the monogram section, the monogramming is free. You can choose the full word if you would like. Okay. So, yes, Osaru says etiquette matters. Thank you so much for being here. And I do want to shout out Mr. Option One. Mr. Option One is a huge supporter in the community, just like Brandon Eljet. For our first round of finishing school, they both sponsored and offered scholarships to two students because they really believed in the work that we were doing. And Mr. Option One has offered plaques for our students. We have their digital, we provided their digital certificates because we have ladies all over the country, but we are planning an in-person event next spring. So after the January session, once we have our fall and our winter session, we will have an event here in Atlanta. Lucy's going to plan it just for the students. And they voted that they wanted a nice private dinner. So we will do a dinner, and then we will be able to present them with actual plaques provided by Mr. Option One. So ladies, if you want to join us in January, link is in the description. So thank you, Mr. Option One. And I think Marley Lily is ladies wear. So I don't think you can get one of these Maggie jackets. Okay, so I'm just scrolling back. Let's take a beat and see what everyone is saying in the chat. Y'all are coming in saying good evening. Sabrina says, hello, ladies. I agree. To watch and listen to things that elevate, not just entertain. Yes, ladies, it's important. Look, are we telling you not to do your favorite dances and watch your pop culture and housewives and all of that? That's fine if that's what you want. However, don't let that be the only thing that you consume, because it will come out, and then when you're in mixed company, you won't have anything of substance to offer. What would you say to that, Lucy?
I agree, and I think that, like we mentioned yesterday, is it's part of you feeding and part of your personal uh, taking care of yourself, because some of that stuff is so negative that you don't want to be intaking that negativity, because it's somehow you're going to see the world in a different way instead of looking at things. Watch things that are about architecture, about nature, about beauty, because again, whatever you consume, whatever you bring in, you become. So anything that's beauty, anything that's soft, that's what you become.
Yes, and that's so true, ladies. I mean, I take my job as your femininity teacher very seriously, and I'm having a less and less tolerance for the stuff I used to just be like, oh yeah, I'm watching so and so, I'm listening to so and so. And one of the other podcasts I was listening to, it was actually Sarah, Femininity Project. She said, by behind every elegant woman or a woman who looks put together or looks just effortless, there is a structured like self-care routine or whatever routine to make it come across elegant. So hopefully you all are realizing, even with this course, this elegance boot camp, we have so many. We've got the classes, we've got the courses. Even when this boot camp, we're only up to day 13, and it's a lot. There are a lot of components, but it's giving you all that head start on your journey. And then if you want to continue, we're always here for you. I love what Erin Laura said about I'm awful for overfilling my purse. This used to be me. I raised my hand. I used to have that big tote bag with the laptop and all that stuff in it. Before the pandemic, I used to commute into the office and I would take the bus. So it would have my laptop, my lunch bag. Y'all, I was like a bag lady. Excuse me. So take time, ladies, really empty out your purse and go through and see what you really have to have. There are some things that can double, like a moisturizer, or, just you all can figure it out. But get those receipts and all those, all that stuff. Just settle it down so you're not looking like, what the cat dragged in. So great tip from Lucy. Let's just see here. Oh, everybody's coming in. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right. Mona says, no reaching or standing over folks. Ask politely for the condiments, shared plates, etc. to be passed to you. Yes, ladies. Here's another thing we talked about in the finishing school. Like I said, whenever you dine with others, it's never about the food. Even on a holiday about food like Thanksgiving, eat something before you go. Never arrive hangry so you're just acting like you can't get enough. Eat a little bit something so that you're a pleasant guest. You're not staring down the host like, is it ready yet? It's stressful to have, people over, and people are trying their best. So yes, if you need something, just wait. Let people serve themselves and allow it to be sent to you. But don't do that. Don't reach over people. Don't lean over people with your arm extended over them. Just be gracious and be a good guest. I love that. What would you say to that one, Lucy?
I agree. And I like Lisa's comment here. If it's a larger serving piece, I usually ask the person to my left if I can hold it for them so they aren't trying to hold it and serve themselves. That is so thoughtful. And again, it goes back to being considerate, even at the table, of others around you. Great comment.
Oh, I love it. Thank you all so much. Yes, thank you for the feedback and sharing you all's experiences. Okay, let us continue. Vivienne says, take a few scoops, shout out to those big items, take a few scoops of food to your plate at a time. Eat slowly and with your mouth closed. No talking with food in your mouth. So let's break this one down. Ladies, the same thing would apply if you are going to an event that's buffet service. All right. So here's your buffet etiquette. Is there buffet etiquette? Yes, there is. Whenever you have something that is multiple courses, you want to serve yourself a few portions at a time. You can go back for seconds. Now, the proper etiquette is you should put the food on your plate that complements each other. So let's say you go for your salad and fruit, then you go for your main entree, and then you go for your dessert. Three should be the most. But you don't want to, oh yeah, it's stuffing time. Mom made that stuffing and everybody's waiting on you because you just keep going in. No, don't be that person. Have a little bit. Allow everybody to eat some because y'all know people are watching and they talk. And you don't want to, you just don't be that way. Now, again, if you're at home with your family and you've been saving your calories for this day, okay. But I think it would be nice to practice a little bit of that etiquette because Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, New Year's, they're kind of the times when we bring out the good plates. We actually sit down to eat with the family, and you can practice some of these things so that when you're out somewhere in mixed company, you know how to handle yourself. What would you say to that one, Lucy?
I agree. The buffet style, that doesn't give you a card, a green card to stuff it up and for you to make mountains of food, because you also it goes back to being considerate. What if this person only made food for a specific amount of people? You gotta be very considerate about just making sure you get portions that are standard for an American eater. You're not going to have 3 or 4 servings on that same plate because you think it's going to go away. And if it goes away, it goes away. Just be mindful about, that buffet style. There's a certain amount of people that are coming in. Do not take full advantage of it and make a mountain on your plate, please. Thank you,
Oh,
Big Ben, for the super sticker.
yes, thank you so much, Big Ben. I updated you in the ticker. Thank you for the 9.99, ladies. Yes, and I know we like to eat. Some of us are greedy. Some of us can put it down. However, comma, what Lucy said about those big mountains of food, don't do that. Don't be that person, okay? Start small. And another thing, I love what Lucy said, especially if you're going to be at a work gathering or an event where there's going to be people of different backgrounds. American portions are already huge. If you travel, you will see what is served is what we would call a snack, but that's really all that we need. So, of course, have a little bit. If you want seconds, have a little more, but just don't be that person. And y'all know there's one in every family, right? Let's see what you guys are saying here. Mona says, yeah, kids forget that you feed yours and they still act like they've been starved. Oh my goodness. If there is a mother in here, when the kids go somewhere and they act like they ain't never been anywhere, you don't feed them well. The grandparents, it's the worst. They're just like, oh, like they're melting. Handle yours the way you need to handle. Like I have thrown in the white flag when it comes to the grandparents because even if I feed them, the grandma's like, you don't feed my grandchildren, so I surrender. But yes, and ladies, teach your young girls, teach your boys even. Have that talk in the car if you need to, and just let them know this is a special occasion. This is why we wore a collared shirt. This is why I made you tuck it in. Oh, mom, you look nice. This is why I put on a dress. Let them know that some occasions require a little bit better behavior and try to make it fun. Believe me, they'll be back to their regular ways very soon. I love what Lisa said here. She says, smacking is such a pet peeve of mine. Please chew with mouths closed. I hate that we even have to talk about this one. To me, it's even like, what was it, day 5 with the hygiene and grooming? But ladies, I'm going to give you all a story. I went to lunch with someone. We arrived at the restaurant, and this is a woman, a young woman, younger than me, but I'll be 48 this month. She was like, oh, I'm going to go to the ladies' room, wash my hands. Absolutely. And when the food came and got on her fingers, she licked her finger, not the end of the world, but then she proceeded to lick all of them. Like, and I literally am watching and counting in disbelief. And I think I might have said, y'all pray for me. I think I might have said, do you want to lick your toes too? I was trying to draw attention to this in a funny way. And I kid you not, the response was, that's why I went to the bathroom to wash my hands. So look, look at Lucy. I had the same look on my face. I was like, what if I were a man? And this is a beautiful woman. So, ladies, some basic, basic home training goes a long way. Okay. Now, I mean, of course, you may lick a finger. Honestly, you really just want to use a napkin, but do you need to lick all of them? No, don't do that. Again, I stopped eating and now I'm watching you. 6, 7, 8, not move to the other hand and keep going. Not a great example of elegance and good dining etiquette. Okay. So, same thing with chewing with your mouth closed. Here's, a couple things. Ladies, our cheeks shouldn't be out like this.
Okay, Maggie, hold on, hold on. Can we thank Mr. Option One for the super chat, please?
I missed
Just,
it. I don't.
yes, it's right there. Hold on, let me pull it up. There. Thank you, Mr. Option One.
Okay. So I'm going to split this with Lucy and we will get matching. Yes, we will. We are going to get matching. So, Lucy, you go to the link and pick the color that you want, and we will.
Like Laverne and Shirley. But you know what? When Maggie gets going, I swear to God, nothing can stop her. So I had to stop her in between because I know that you saw it, but
I
you
didn't see
wanted to get your
it.
point out. You didn't see it? Okay, I'm glad.
Okay, so I'm gonna thank you, Mr. Option One. Uh, Call us Laverne and Shirley. Zoom to Thailand calls us Salt and Pepper. So we will get matching Maggie and Lucy sweatshirts. So y'all click the link. Let us know what color you think we should get. But yes, I would be happy to. Thank you, Mr. Option One. I will update the banner. But yes, Lucy, what would you like to share?
Oh my, I can't believe that she did that with her fingers. I don't know if I could have been able to keep my mouth shut. At least you said you kind of pointed it out to her. And the fact that you said that's why she went to the bathroom. Hello. But then it makes you think, okay, if she does that in public, I don't want to have anything. If like those potlucks, no, thank you. Nope. But again, people watch, and that's what we tend to forget. Even though we think that, we might be in our own little world, other people are watching and they will remember the good or the bad of situations.
And the ugly. And ladies, I brought it as an example just to share with you all, but honestly, realize this. I had a lovely dinner with a beautiful woman, but instead of remembering the conversation that we had, I remember her licking all 10 of her fingers and explaining to me why that was okay. So just remember that you're always making an impression. Anytime you step out of your house, you're on display. So just be aware of that. And even though she's dining with me, another woman, I could be a woman in a network of very generous and capable and single men who may be a match for you. But now I'm thinking, ugh, what does she do when she's at home? Ugh, do I want to? I don't know. So just be mindful of that, ladies. You never know who is watching. What are y'all saying in the chat? Oh my God, Laverne and no. Big Ben says, okay, y'all. Okay, let me put my. I started something now.
Did you
Let
see
me put.
Dr. Sherry Peel Jackson's one? Hold on. Look at that. That's, that's unbelievable. But yeah,
I think you muted yourself.
sorry. Those are things that, unless you see it, you wouldn't believe that people do not have that training. That's incredible.
Oh my gosh, I missed that. I've had one woman lick the plate at my home. Okay, ladies, you see what happens? Now we remember all of these faux pas. No excuses. We caught you before the holidays, okay? So we are not licking fingers at the table. If you want more, get some more. I promise you there's some more gravy, okay? We are not licking the plate. I have had to have this conversation with the boys. Like at home, I have seen them put their plate up to their chin, open their mouth, and just shovel it in. And you should see, I will lose it. Are you raised by wolves? Like, you have to teach this to your children. And ladies, if you didn't know, it's unacceptable. It's not becoming. And we want you to make sure that you represent yourself well out there, okay? Be a wonderful guest. Take small bites. Don't come hungry, so you're not eating like a wild animal. We talked about this at length in the finishing school, but try to watch when you're eating with a group and pace your eating with the others, okay? So let's say it's the main course. Try to take small bites. When you eat, the other people speak. When they eat, that's your time to speak, okay? So you don't need to inhale it all. Just take time and kind of read the room a little bit. You don't want to be the person who eats your food in 2 minutes and then your plate is clean. Everybody else is having a good time. And then once again, what have you done? You had everybody stop enjoying the evening, and now they're looking at you and now they're feeling rushed. Okay, so little things like that go a long way. Whew, goodness. We have a celebrity in the chat. Did I miss it? Oh my gosh, y'all, there's more. Big Ben says Sherry Peel Jackson is in the house. I am so sorry. I like salt and pepper. Sherry Peel Jackson has been with us before. All of y'all are celebrities, but thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, y'all like salt and pepper. That's cute. Lisa is not eating anything she ever made from home. Yeah, y'all, these potlucks. I remember the work potlucks. I work from home, and you know that person, the cat lady, or the y'all know about me and these animals. So I'm gonna stop right here because I don't want to offend anyone. But um, my last office job, they would bring it in from like Cheesecake Factory or whatever. They just y'all like salt and pepper. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Lisa says, or gnawing bones. Let's talk about. How are you doing on time, Lucy?
I'm good. I'm loving all these comments. I'm loving them.
Okay, let's talk about chicken etiquette, bone etiquette. Ladies, I understand. Now, here's the thing, there are some foods that are finger foods, okay? So it's all right to eat pizza with your fingers. It's okay to eat chicken wings with your fingers. It's okay to eat French fries with your fingers. Here's the proper etiquette. If you're like at a casual dining and you're doing burgers and fries, then yes, you can eat with your hands because the burger is finger food as well. However, if you're at a proper restaurant and let's say you get a steak, and then you ask for fries on the side, in that case, you're supposed to eat your fries with your cutlery because you are eating a meal that has silverware. All right, so that's your etiquette tip. Chicken wing, chicken wing, or any kind of bone. Proper etiquette, again, slow down, take small bites and kind of, rotate around it. But when you get most of the meat off, honestly, ladies, you should stop. All right. For those who really like to get all the way in there and eat it down to the bone and then eat the bone, again, what does Lisa remember? Whoever this guest was, how they gnawed on the bones at the table. It's just no, just I cannot imagine a time. And again, we're talking about situations when you're dining with others. So when you're home, in the comfort of being alone, do what you want. But no. What would you say to that one, Lucy?
I just can't think right now because of Mona's comment about the pet monkey. Her pet monkey put seasonings from his paws into the chili. No, I can't. I'm telling you, people have no idea. That is hilarious. But no, it's a no for me. Wow.
Is that one of those emotional support animals? I must have missed that one. If there's a viral video where monkeys are doing seasonings, like y'all, and y'all know I like to cook and I do like traveling and tasting other food, but just I always want to give you all tangible things. So here is your tip if you ever need to politely decline something, okay? Don't say your reason why. Something like I don't eat people's food. I don't know their kitchen. Like you don't want to say that, okay? That would be a no. A more elegant response could be, "Oh, that compliment sandwich. So good thing, bad thing, good thing. Oh, that looks amazing. But no, I'm good. It's gonna be a no for me. I have to pass, or I've got so much here, but please enjoy it for me. Okay, so find a more elegant way to politely decline. In your mind, you could be like, "Oh heck, no, I see. No, you use the bathroom and don't wash your hands. Whatever it is, inside, but on the outside, graciously decline." Okay. Oh my goodness. I can't keep up. What happened? Let me go back to where I was because we have covered. I think we've covered all of Vivienne's. Yes, no talking with food in your mouth. So yeah, we covered day 13. Oh my gosh, y'all. All right. Oh my goodness, y'all are hilarious. So we talked about gnawing on the chicken bones. No, ladies, don't. And this may mean, ladies, when you go out to eat, let's say it's a holiday party and you have a choice, maybe you order something that's a little bit simple and more elegant to eat. There's a time that you can get in there. We all know, we've all done it, okay? But when you're in mixed company, again, because it's not about the food, maybe you eat something that's not drippy, that's not saucy, that doesn't, get all over your fingers. So we're having fun here, but I want to make sure you all have the information as well. Mona says, I caught one of my sons throwing back his food like he was dumping scraps into the trash can. Y'all, these kids.
And it's so true. Boys are so different, and that's how mothers need to be on them. Because I know my sister, she's got a 27-year-old, my nephew. I love him to death. But my sister has been on him because boys, they don't take they're not delicate. They're rough and they're brute, and that's where the mothers and the aunties and the grandmas come in to kind of change the behavior a little bit to make them more refined. It's not okay to eat soup with your fingers.
I can't keep up, y'all. Y'all are killing me. I'm gonna be crying. Yes, boys, don't even get me started. And we love men. You all know we have so much respect for men here. But wow, be around some young boys who haven't matured yet, raised by wolves. Like there are days where I'm like, we're not gonna make it, y'all. We are not gonna make it. But that's what I love about men because and we'll come back to this in a moment. But shout out to the men who have helped me realize that my boys are not crazy. They will be all right. I've had so many men tell me, "Oh yeah, I set the backyard on fire. I did it too. They will be fine." So these are the things, ladies, let your boys be around men, tell them, but just shout out to the men. Whew, because some days, y'all, I'm like, we're all getting tested. This is not normal. Okay, let's continue. Erin Laura says it's not okay to eat soup with your fingers. I don't even know where to begin on this. Now, I will say this, ladies. Gosh, what is. Okay, two things. You should use the utensils that accompany your meal. In proper place settings, each piece of cutlery has a function, all the way down to there's cake knives and fish forks. And you don't have to get that specific, but you all know what a soup spoon is. Now, I will say this, especially when it comes to international, there are some cultures that eat with their hands, like Indian food, Ethiopian food, even sometimes got African food. When there's a starch and a stew or a starch and a soup, they will tear off a piece of, whether it's pita or pinch off some rice, and they use that to kind of scoop up. That is the only exception. If it's culturally acceptable and everybody is eating that way, then of course you follow suit. Okay. When in Rome, you want to show respect to the culture. However, if there is a spoon placed in front of you for your soup, doing that, like, what is that? I don't know. Lucy, anything about soup etiquette?
No, I've never seen anybody, thank goodness, do that, because I would probably have a reaction to it, and it wouldn't be a positive reaction. But I got to tell you, I'm gonna get going soon because tonight is my husband's birthday, and I'm cooking him dinner. So we need to wrap it up quickly
All
because
right.
he's waiting for me.
Okay, everyone. So we are done. We have so much fun with you all. Thank you so much. If we didn't get to all of the comments, we are here for you every night. And this Elegance Boot Camp is on Spotify, so you can listen on the go. We are hoping to give you all some food for thought so that you ladies can be the best version of yourself. So tomorrow is, are we good for same time tomorrow? We check once per day, y'all, because life happens. Tomorrow is Tuesday night. Are we good for same time? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right. So happy birthday to Mr. Lou Casely.
Thank you.
We will see you all tomorrow for day 14 of the Elegance Bootcamp. Thank you so much, Mr. Option One. Thank you, Big Ben. Thank you all for being here and giving us your commentary. Laverne and Shirley, Salt and Pepper, Salt. Lucy and Maggie, we will see you all next time.